Round 2. We won the die rolls, so we're going to play first. I don't like the 2 mountain, 4 black card, 1 5-drop red card hand, so I think we're going to try and do better. I don't really like this hand either, but I guess we're going to keep it and hope to find a swamp. And we did. Okay, well, the hand's a lot better now. That card's pretty good. We're going to swing. Successfully bluffed. No land play. Okay. Crow of Dark Tidings. Very good. It's going to fuel our delirium. All right. 2 pretty relevant card types to get in there, sorcery and land. Prized Amalgam. All right. Guess he holds off the attacks for now. So we can reduce to ashes Flyer, or we can reduce to ashes Prized Amalgam. If we reduce to ashes this, we can only attack with Flyer. So I guess we... But then we only push through 1 damage. Exiling this seems more relevant than exiling this, though. We can also just play the twins and pass. Or the Arsonist, even. Let's do that. Pushing through 1 damage to take care of a 3/3, I'm not in love with it. Might be something more important to hit later. So it's got to play a spell or our Arsonist is going to flip. Okay, so we do have to discard Sad because we've got the madness, but I think we are going to ditch the madness guy, put a creature in our yard for Kindly Stranger. We still want to replay the Arsonist. It's a bummer we can't play our madness guy, but so we are one card type away from Kindly Stranger going off. This can give zombies Death Touch. It's pretty good. Necropod is a thing. So I think we just reduce this prized amalgam to ashes and then swing with Arsonist. He can triple block and I'll kill his 2/2 and his 1/3 flyer. Trying to see how many instants we have or enchantments. Who would have thought Delirium would be so hard to make active? Shamble back does help against Delirium. I don't think it's a huge deal here, though. Burn from Within. So I can attack with Arsonist. He can block with 3 things, and I can kill a zombie token and a flyer. Or he can block with 2 zombies. Which I'm probably okay with too. And then follow up with Crow of Dark Tidings, set up for a Burn from Within. I don't mind trading this for 2 tokens only because they're going to have Death Touch later. It gets me closer to Delirium. Obviously not a great trade, but we traded like 1.5 cards for 1 card. And it got 5 damage in, and it fed our Delirium. It's not bad. And like I said, if he gets access to Death Touch, I think we're in bigger trouble anyway. So we do have 4 card types, which means Kindly Stranger is online. So we're probably just going to hit the Illuminator and then we can do this anytime now too, which is pretty nice. I would rather save the Burn from Within for face burnage. Leaving all his mana up. So he could have the 5 mana flash guy. I think we're just going to pass in case he does, because otherwise it's kind of a bad blowout. He's got 5 cards in hand. I think taking this a little bit slower now is not the worst idea. Yeah, so he did have exactly what I thought he did. We're going to kill that. Those Flyers are holding down the fort well. Well, I can't give Death Touch, but he's got a 5 power or 5 toughness blocker. I can play the Youths and swing with the Witch and the Youths. And his blocks aren't fantastic. Like, he can block Observer plus Scab. I think we're going for it. Is it worth swinging with Skeleton too? Does it push an extra point of damage? Yeah, I guess so. You can't give Death Touch currently. Totally irrelevant if Skeleton dies. Alright, we'll take out the Illuminator. Now we're just a mana away from killing his other flyer, and then we can start doing Death from Above with Crows. This is tough to leave Death Touch open with, because it is expensive. That being said, I still like the card. There's a 4 mana, essentially 3 power, 3 toughness over 2 creatures. Like I said, with the Death Touch clause. I mean, it's a reasonable card. Pour Over the Pages is very good. So if we draw a land, we're just going to try and burn the Observer. Oh, I'm going to try and do it anyway. Flyers only because he's got Death Touch up. Alright, so now we're a land away from lethal with Burn from Within. Obviously, we'd prefer not to show Burn from Within, but I'm willing to if we have to. Yeah, it's really not that intimidating, actually. Surprisingly unintimidating. Lost Rancid Rats in a swamp and a couple more lands. Okay. It's a funny draw. Okay. I really don't think we have to show Burn from Within, so I'm just going to play Incorrigible Youth. Well, I'd much rather him confirm suspicions that than my Burn from Within. Ooh, Jace in your deck too. So now I've played against Sorin and Jace. It's pretty impressive. That many Planeswalkers were opened, I mean. I'm sure glad my opponent tapped out. Well, we're going to learn a lot about each other here. He's going to learn I got Burn from Within. I learned he's got the old rare into rare. Yeah, Jace is very good. Very, very strong card. All right. He learned about our rare. We learned about his rare. His rare trumps my rare. Even though, I guess arguably Burn from Within might be better in Limited than Jace is. It's tough to say. I mean, Jace is a very, very versatile card, but Burn from Within is like, I just kill you now. Which is pretty crazy, too. They're very different cards. It's tough to compare the two. But opponent's deck looks very good. Very card advantage heavy. A little bit slow. I think this is definitely a Vessel Malignity match. Jace, Counterspell, other stuff. What did I drop for Vessel last time? I dropped Sanitarium Skeleton. What did we see out of our opponent? We saw plenty of ground blockers. We saw some flyers. I don't know if I need the Skeleton for this match either. I've got some synergies with it. I think I'd rather just make my opponent exile cards from his or her hand, though, rather than play a 1-drop that gets blocked by most of his deck, I think. So I think we're going to swap there. I mean, I had it on from turn 2, and in total that game it ended up dealing 1 damage to my opponent. I think we can do better. As long as we don't see it on turn 13 like we did in the last match. Okay. Dual shot kills his 1/1 Death Touch zombie, but that's not good enough, so let's keep the rest the same. Yeah, this hand is actually very good. We've got a Madness Enabler that doubles as a removal spell, which makes it very good in this deck. We've got a 2-drop into 3-drop play. Kind of wish we had, if we were going to draw a land, it would be a mountain, so Ember Wolf gets better. We will have some problems if we keep drawing lands, but that's true for pretty much any game of Magic. Alright, we're actually just going to play Noble here and pass. I'm really just not in a rush to pay mana on my turn to trade with a Vampire Noble. And Ember Wolf is pretty good in the late game anyway, so... Ooh, Reckless Scholar is a good one. I think I am going to kill that. Looter effect, very strong. Granted, we have our own, but... As much as I want full value here, it shows us, I guess since it's part of the payment, it does show us the card. We're still going to get rid of a land. I don't know what I'd block here. I kind of agree with him. Not only does it make me use mana, but Ember Wolf actually gets better in the late game, whereas static 3/2 is pretty unexciting later down the road. All right, a lot of murderous compulsions in this this draft. All right, we're actually going to play the Arsonist here. Because even though Mad Prophet would be good as well, I think the bigger threat's kind of what we're looking for. That's pretty cool. Since he's got the mana open, I'm not going to be attacking with the Mad Prophet. So we're just going to attack and play Mad Prophet post-combat. Or he could bounce or whatever, we'll see. We're just going to replay it. He basically used a card to bounce our guy, which isn't that intimidating. Alright, Stitchwing Scab, also not that intimidating. One card left in our opponent's hand, that's good news. Vessel of Malignity to make my opponent discard. think I'm more on mad profiting. Oh, and he had a zombie? Well, I guess that's okay. Well, I'd still rather play my Arsonist. Like, I can discard this and play it for 3, but Vessel's actually a dead card now, so I think I'm just going to ditch the Vessel and replay the Arsonist again. I'm still more than likely going to get value out of Twins at some point. And like I said, Vessel's actually just a dead card now. Like, my opponent has no cards. He's presumably going to be playing everything once per turn. I'd rather just get my 5/4 out. Did my opponent mean to attack there because they forgot about the menace, maybe? Or did they, in fact, draw something? It looks like my opponent just didn't realize it had menace. Still early in the format. That is understandable. Let's play the Mad Prophet here. And I guess, yeah, we'll play the land. That's very good. Okay, so let's I think we actually Mad Prophet first, because I want to see what we draw. I imagine this is uncommon now, right? Yeah, it makes sense. All right. Got round 2. Deck played very well for us. Opponent's deck looked really good too, so I was happy to get the win there. We'll see you in round 3.